5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh yay, oh yay, oh yay. This Honorable Supreme Court of Tennessee is now in session. The Honorable Holly Kirby presiding. God save the United States of America, the state of Tennessee, and this honorable court.
Welcome to the Supreme Court virtual swearing-in ceremony for new bar admittees. As Mr. Hibner said, I am Holly Kirby, a justice on the Tennessee Supreme Court. I live in Memphis, but I'm here on behalf of all of the court members from all over the state. We're gathered virtually today to make it official for the new bar admittees scheduled to become lawyers today. It's a great achievement for anyone to be admitted to law school, to survive years of difficult law school courses, graduate, and then pass the bar exam. It's always true that many who become licensed lawyers have to overcome significant personal obstacles to do that. For all of you, this is especially true. For you, the process was deeply affected by the pandemic. That challenge was layered on top of all of the other challenges associated with law school. So congratulations to all of you on surviving law school, passing the bar examination, completing all of the requirements to be admitted, and making it here today. In fact, here is an official gold star in recognition of your achievement. Well, it's actually a cardboard cutout, homemade, mounted onto a straw, but you get the idea. We're proud of each and every one of you. And a gold star too for the family and friends here virtually in support. Nobody reaches this happy day without help. Many of your family and friends made significant sacrifices so that you could achieve your dream of becoming a lawyer. We as a court acknowledge their important contributions. The swearing-in ceremony for new lawyers is probably the happiest ceremony the court conducts. Most of our proceedings are hotly contested, where there's a winner and a very unhappy loser. In this ceremony, all motions are granted and everybody leaves a winner. So today's ceremony has two parts. There are individual motions for the admission of each new attorney and then a joint oath. The new admittees with individual sponsors will go first in alphabetical order. As each new admittee is spotlighted virtually, the sponsors will make a motion for his or her admission. After we finish with them, the remaining new admittees will be spotlighted individually and also in alphabetical order. And Joycelyn Stevenson, the executive director of the Tennessee Bar Association and a fine example of Tennessee's excellent legal community, will sponsor and move for his or her admission to the bar. After all of the motions are granted, I'll administer the oath of admission to all of you at once. And even though this is an official court proceeding, I want you to know it's very informal. As you take the oath, please feel free to have with you your spouse, your parents, your children, your auntie, your dog, whoever is important to you. And don't worry about if the dog barks or the baby cries. During all of this, note that we have a chat function for you to post comments about your favorite new lawyer. We love the chat. So friends and family feel free to post as much as you want. You've already heard from the clerk of our appellate courts, Jim Hibner, who also serves as our marshal in this court proceeding. Mr. Hibner, his staff, and our whole IT team make this ceremony possible. We thank them for their hard work and their professionalism. Now, Ms. Stevenson, would you like to say a few words to our new admittees?
Yes, thank you very much, Justice Kirby. Again, my name is Joycelyn Stevenson. I am the Executive Director of the Tennessee Bar Association. This is perhaps the best part of my job, welcoming you and congratulating you in coming to the practice of law in the state of Tennessee. It's hard to believe that it's been over 20 years since I was sworn in, and it's a testament to our growth and change in the profession that we are able to offer this virtually. I know many of you have friends and family who've been instrumental in this journey. On behalf of the bar, I want to also thank them for their sacrifices to make this possible. As you join our bar, know that we share an enduring loyalty to the core principles which define who we are in this profession: civility, respect for the rule of law, and an agreement to hold ourselves to higher standards for the benefit of the public. The practice of law can be difficult, but it's also very rewarding. You're entering a profession at a time of change. There will be so many opportunities for your leadership and guidance, and I encourage all of you to embrace those opportunities and help us shape the future of the profession. Please consider joining your local and state bar associations, getting involved with Young Lawyers Division, and being a leader in the community. Know that you are a part of a legal family that stretches across the state of Tennessee. We are a very caring profession, and we stand very ready to assist you. We're very proud of your accomplishments and look forward to joining you in our ranks. Congratulations again to you and your families.
Thank you so much, Ms. Stevenson. Court agrees with your eloquent remarks and your suggestion that new lawyers become part of their legal community. I'll take the liberty of making a few remarks about your new role in society as a lawyer by highlighting the words of the first female justice on the United States Supreme Court, Sandra Day O'Connor. Justice O'Connor wrote passionately about the role of lawyers in a democratic republic in her 2003 book, The Majesty of the Law. Her words resonate today, where national events continue to show the importance of lawyers, judges, and our justice system in preserving equal rights and the rule of law. Justice O'Connor said, "Democracy takes work and time and constant effort. Freedom and equality are not achieved overnight. Liberty requires us to place ourselves in another's shoes, to see that things may not be as fair or as equitable as they appear from our own vantage point. Justice compels us to understand the rage, to feel the pain, to respond to the cries. Although it's easy to become impatient and disheartened by process failure and social discord, we must all take the long view of democratic change. Democracy requires a strong judicial system in which wrongdoers, no matter how influential, are punished, and victims, no matter how powerless, gain relief. Lawyers possess the key to justice under the rule of law, the key that opens the courtroom door. That key is not held for lawyers' own private purposes. It is held in trust for those who would seek justice, rich and poor alike. While a business can afford to focus solely on profits, a profession cannot. It must devote itself first to the community it's responsible to serve. Justice O'Connor's words are even more true today. We on the court recognize that you have to make money, you have to make a living, but we urge you to also fully inhabit the special role of lawyers in our society. I am betting that even though you're only becoming licensed today, many of you have already become the in-house counsel for your family and friends. You have a sphere of influence. We urge you to use it for the good. Use your platform as a lawyer to educate those around you about the importance of the rule of law, the principle that all of us must operate within the bounds of the law, and all of us are entitled to basic rights. Educate your friends and family about the basic differences between the branches of government, the importance of having independent judges, and why our justice system operates based on facts and evidence, not conjecture. Most of all, look out for our most vulnerable citizens and use your gifts to support and defend their rights under the Constitution. That's the end of my preaching. Now it's time to hear the motions for admission. We'll start with the admittees with individual sponsors, followed by the admittees being introduced by Ms. Stevenson.
May it please the court. I am Albert Merkel Jr. I'm a member of the Tennessee Bar. I would like to introduce Kelly Francis Merkel. Kelly is a 2013 graduate of the Indiana University Maurer School of Law and a partner of the Chapman & Cutler law firm in the Chicago office. Kelly Merkel has successfully completed all requirements to practice law before this bar. I therefore move for Kelly Merkel's admission to practice before this court and the courts of Tennessee.
Well, Mr. Merkel, the court is pleased to grant your motion, but I need to know, is it just a coincidence that you both have the same last name? Is there a relationship here that the court should know about?
This is my wife, Your Honor.
That is terrific. That is terrific. There's nothing that we love more than seeing one family member as a lawyer introduce another family member. So we're very pleased, Ms. Merkel, to welcome you to the practice of law, and we wish you both many happy years as part of the bar in Tennessee.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
May it please the court. My name is Philip Greer, and I'm a member of the Tennessee Bar. I would like to introduce William Morrow as a graduate of Pepperdine University School of Law and the senior partner at Morrow & White Law Firm in California. Mr. Morrow has successfully completed all the requirements to practice law before this bar. I would therefore move this court for Mr. Morrow's admission to practice before this court and the courts of Tennessee.
Mr. Greer, the court is most pleased to grant your motion. And Mr. Morrow, we're so pleased to have you here. Welcome to the bar in Tennessee and congratulations.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is that all of the admittees with individual sponsors, Mr. Hibner?
Yes, Your Honor.
Great. All right, Ms. Stevenson, you are up.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court. It is my pleasure to introduce Asher Ung from Prosper, Texas, receiving a law degree from University of Oklahoma College of Law and affiliated with the firm of Kelly Clark, PC. Having met all of the requirements necessary for admission, I move the admission of Asher Ung to the bar of this court.
The court is pleased to grant your motion, Ms. Stevenson. Mr. Ung, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
You got it.
All right. Nailed it. That's great. That may not be the case this whole day. Congratulations to you and welcome to the practice of law in Tennessee.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, it is my pleasure to introduce Allison Davis from Canyon, Texas. Allison attended Texas Tech University School of Law and also was admitted to practice in Texas. She is affiliated with the firm of Brown and Fortunato, PC in Amarillo, Texas, where she's a shareholder and a director. Having met all the necessary requirements for admission, I move the admission of Allison Davis to the bar of this court.
Court is pleased to grant your motion, Ms. Stevenson. So, Ms. Davis, you are an established lawyer and you are expanding your practice to include Tennessee, it sounds like.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's great. That's great. We're very happy to have you, and I think that you will find Tennessee's legal community to be warm and civil and professional.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
It is my pleasure to introduce Stephen Harrelson from Little Rock, Arkansas. Stephen received an undergraduate degree from University of Arkansas and a law degree from University of Arkansas and is affiliated with the Harrelson Law Firm. Stephen also is a former Arkansas State Senator. Having met all the requirements necessary for admission, I move the admission of Stephen Harrelson to the bar of this court.
Court is pleased to grant your motion, Mr. Harrelson. Harrelson, I didn't say that very, very clearly. we're pleased to have you. Thank you for your public service in the legislature. And we hope that you find practice of law in Tennessee to be rewarding.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm looking forward to it.
It is my pleasure to introduce Jamel Jones from Miami, Florida, receiving an undergraduate degree from Loyola University and a law degree from Shepherd Broad Law Center at Nova Southeastern University. Mr. Jones is a recipient of Health Law Concentration Certificate and is licensed to practice law in Florida, DC, and the United States Supreme Court. Mr. Jones is affiliated with Jones Health Law, PA. Having met all of the requirements necessary for admission, I therefore move the admission of Jamel Jones to the bar of this court.
Court grants your motion, Ms. Stevenson. Mr. Jones, it sounds like you are rounding out your practice to include Tennessee, which is a brighter star than any of those other places that you're practicing. We're very pleased to have you. Health law is a challenging discipline, so we're very glad to have you as a practitioner in Tennessee.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It is my pleasure to introduce Shelly Labelle from Knoxville, Tennessee, receiving an undergraduate degree from Rollins College in Winter Park, Florida, and a law degree from Barry University School of Law in Orlando, Florida. Having met all of the requirements necessary for admission, I move the admission of Shelly Labelle to the bar of this court.
The court grants your motion. Ms. Labelle, we're very pleased to have you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, it's very good, very good. Congratulations to you, and we look forward to following your practice in Tennessee.
Thank you.
It is my pleasure to introduce Darren Craig Lamb from Louisville, Kentucky, receiving an undergraduate degree from Murray State University and a law degree from University of Louisville Brandeis School of Law. He is also admitted to practice in Kentucky and Indiana. Having met all of the requirements necessary for admission, I move the admission of Darren Craig Lamb to the bar of this court.
Very good. The court is most pleased to grant your motion. Mr. Lamb, your background looks a little familiar there. I'm trying to place it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, congratulations to you. We also welcome you to include Tennessee in your practice.
Thank you.
May it please the court. It is my pleasure to introduce Raymond Melton from Rockton, Illinois, receiving an undergraduate degree at Luther College and a law degree from DePaul University School of Law. Mr. Melton is associated with Smith Amundsen LLC in Rockford, Illinois. Having met all of the requirements necessary for admission, I move the admission of Raymond Melton to the bar of this court.
Court grants your motion. Mr. Melton, we're very pleased to have you part of the bar in Tennessee. Congratulations.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It is my pleasure to introduce Roger Reece, receiving a law degree from Loyola Law School. Having met all of the requirements necessary for admission, I move the admission of Roger Reece to the bar of this court.
The court is pleased to grant your motion, and Mr. Reece, I'm guessing maybe you're going into entertainment law. I could prevail on you to grab one of those instruments and entertain the group, but I guess I'll try to stop myself from doing that.
Thank you, Honor. I'll do everyone the courtesy of not doing that. And I am a public prosecutor. Thank you.
All right. Very good, very good. Well, we're pleased to have you part of the bar in Tennessee. Congratulations.
It's my pleasure to introduce Taylor Sandroni from Tupelo, Mississippi, receiving a law degree, from the University of Mississippi School of Law and an LLM at New York University School of Law. Mr. Sandroni is also affiliated with Mitchell, McNutt, and Sams. Having met all of the requirements necessary for admission, I move the admission of Taylor Sandroni to the bar of this court.
Court is pleased to grant your motion. Mr. Sandroni, what is your LLM? What is your LLM in? That's I just couldn't get that out. You'll have to finish it for me.
No problem, Your Honor. It is in taxation. I'm going to practice in estate planning and corporate and partnership tax.
Very good, very good. You are much needed. So we're glad to have you part of the bar in Tennessee. Congratulations to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It is my pleasure to introduce Katherine Siegel from Chicago, Illinois, receiving an undergraduate degree from Miami University of Ohio and a law degree from Vanderbilt University Law School, my alma mater as well. She's practicing at Littler Mendelson since 2008 and has been a shareholder of the firm since 2018, also my former firm. Having met all of the requirements necessary for admission, I therefore move the admission of Katherine Siegel to the bar of this court.
Ms. Stevenson, I sense a certain amount of enthusiasm with this motion, so we're definitely going to grant it. Ms. Siegel, congratulations to you. I think you have a soul sister in Tennessee, so you probably need to get together with Ms. Stevenson.
Thank you, Your Honor. It's a pleasure to join this bar and to rejoin Joycelyn. Maybe have an excuse to spend some time together.
That sounds great. Congratulations.
It is my pleasure to introduce Anthony Bilardi from Key Largo, Florida, receiving an undergraduate degree from University of Notre Dame and a law degree from Stetson University College of Law. Mr. Bilardi is affiliated with the law office of Anthony A. Bilardi. Having met all the requirements for admission, I therefore move the admission of Anthony Bilardi to the bar of this court.
The court grants your motion. Mr. Bilardi, we're very pleased to have you part of the bar in Tennessee. Welcome to the bar in Tennessee and congratulations.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It is my pleasure to introduce Daniel Venturi, receiving an undergraduate degree from Southern Illinois University and a law degree from Southern Illinois University School of Law. Having met all of the requirements necessary for admission, I move the admission of Daniel Venturi to the bar of this court.
Court is most pleased to grant your motion, Mr. Venturi. We're really pleased to have you part of the bar in Tennessee. Welcome and congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm very much looking forward to it.
It is my pleasure to introduce Justin Wilbanks. Mr. Wilbanks is a graduate of the Cecil C. Humphreys School of Law. Having met all the requirements necessary for admission, I move the admission of Justin Wilbanks to the bar of this court.
Court is pleased to grant your motion, Ms. Stevenson and Mr. Wilbanks. You come from my alma mater. I like that. So congratulations to you and welcome to the practice of law in Tennessee.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, that concludes my names.
Is that all of our admittees, Mr. Hibner?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good, very good.
Memphis.
All right, now comes the big moment, the oath.
All
You
right.
will be unmuted because we want to hear you. So gather anyone you want to be with you as you take the oath. I'll chatter for just a minute while you get anybody gathered you want on camera with you. If you can stand and stay on camera, that's fine. But regardless, I want you to raise your right hand.
We do want everyone to unmute, so please unmute if you haven't already.
Oh, I thought we did that. Sorry about that. Is everybody unmuted now? Double check. All right, all right, all right. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I,
Shelly Labelle,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that
that I will support
the Constitution of the
United States
and the Constitution of the State of Tennessee
and the
Constitution of the State of
Tennessee.
in the practice of my profession.
In the practice of
my profession.
I will conduct myself
I will
conduct myself
myself
with honesty,
with
honesty,
fairness,
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 integrity,
integrity,
and civility
And
civility.
to the best of my skill and abilities.
To the
best
best
of my skill and abilities.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations and welcome to bar. Gold star for real for all of you. Congratulations to you. And we're so
Thank
pleased
you.
to have you part of the bar in Tennessee. We look forward to working with you in the practice of law.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, Judge.
Very much.
Thank you,
This
Your Honor.
honorable court is now
Thank you.
adjourned.
All right, go celebrate. We stand adjourned.